Okay, day 61 I believe. Oh yeah, I've put these up on blocks to sort of block the slot to some extent, whether you can sort of, it's either to do with not enough moisture in the pot or not an anaerobic environment. So if that doesn't work, maybe I'll put some plastic underneath, but I don't really want to seal off the container. I just want to maintain sort of a more moist nether regions and probably somewhat of an anaerobic environment. I've noticed something here though, watering today. I'll just put this on spot cullen. I've got bubbles on the COIR. I've got bubbles on the PEAT. No bubbles on the bark chip one. So there's a difference there, definite difference. So PEAT and COIR both produce the bubble. Whether that's because there's some surfactant in the PEAT and there's some surfactant in the COIR, I don't know. They're washing it. Do they have to wash the PEAT, do you think? Is that why it's so expensive? They have to wash the PEAT because it's imported from overseas, and they're using some sort of surfactant, and it's not got. So in other words, the plant's response to the PEAT and the COIR is really to do with the surfactant that's used there to wash it. Whereas bark chip, which is grown here, milled here, manufactured here, they don't have to wash that because it's already in the country, so they don't use a surfactant. Is that what it is? You know, people always talk about washing their PEAT and their sand and all that stuff. Now I might understand why. They never say why. Maybe this is the reason. So anyway, that's one thing I've noticed. Oh yeah, these are still. I'm quite amazed that you can actually have tiny little tiddly pot. Are we still on spot cullen? Because I didn't quite do a proper job on them yesterday. Yeah, I'm still amazed that these tiddly pot plants. That one, I may have got that one upside down. I don't know, or partially upside down. That one there, and this one here. Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, and the fact that the flow is just so, you know, so you just put the water on there and it just starts flowing straight away. Basically, I've shown you that before, but it's still doing that. But it's also, as I said, it's getting this sort of skin look to it, like a skin look to it that the other one got. So, but the other one took 3 weeks to get to that stage. So I'm hoping this is going to green or something next week, but I don't know. We'll be able to tell though. Oh yeah, talking about greening, yes. Not only is this sort of greening on the there, then getting darker, but it's also, I don't know if you can see this, it's starting to actually green into the newspaper shades on the surface in certain areas, and that's also occurring. Where is it? Over here, in spots. Yeah, there, over there. Can you see that along the edge there? It's greening. So. Maybe doing in other places eventually, but I only just noticed it there. So does that mean it's all underneath, or it's just coming through? I also noticed in this one over here, where is it? There was a spot of greening somewhere in one of these things in here. Yeah, down there in the corner. So it's just a spot, you know what I mean? So why is it just in a little spot? Is it going to suddenly spread out? But it would be nice to know, you know, is there some combination, a little tiny pocket of nutrients in there that causes that greening? So far, no greening in this one, but we'll keep an eye on it, fellas. But that's about it, I think, to report. What am I not happy with? Well, I'm not happy with these for a start, but we'll keep working on them, fellas. I mean, they suddenly improve, but yeah, it's got this thing. You can see this with the new leaf. It's just gone white, fellas. I've seen cephalotus pictures come out of commercial places that go white. You know, so do you think it's? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think they were using perlite, so you know, you can't really say it's fluorine or anything like that. But you know, anyway, interesting to know. Don't know. I reckon this picture is going to be. I think this one is going to be really small, fellas. Oh yes. Back to normal focus. Yeah. About 6 to 8 counts. 8 sort of gets it flowing out the bottom, and I get a bit of sand coming out. So you don't really want to do that. So it's about 6 to 8 counts. We'll dampen it down and stop any sand sort of running through the bottom. So that's spot colouring on some of these plants. It might be important depending on which one's going to take off. That one looks nice now. Don't know, but I'm hoping this one's going to be the one. But you don't know. I mean, it's just like a prediction. It's got the best of all worlds, isn't it? Yeah, and this one down here, and this one in the bark. I just put it in the bark chip, fellas, and there's you know, I would have thought, you know, there's barely anything in there to give it any moisture, sort of thing. You know, but then again, maybe we all our ideas are totally screwed up and wrong. We just have not got any idea what these plants really require. But yeah, the temperature's starting to ramp up, and I'll start to double flush really in earnest. Yeah, from now on. I don't know, this one here. I don't know, looking a bit sickly there. I think it could even die. I don't know what's going on there, fellas. But this one starting to make a move now, I believe. So weird, fellas. It's almost as weird as the cape over here. You know, this one here. If we can get. Oh, I went to tracking again. Weird. That'll be all out of focus then, because it's not on spot colouring. Yeah, you know how hard the cape was to get going. Now, make sure we are on spot colouring. It's starting, I think, to make a move, but geez, nothing like you will see with a cape. You know how quickly capes grow, and I think I've got some new growth coming up in there, so that'll be interesting. It's a bit weird too, so yeah. Well, these are in and they're quite stabilised, so yeah, doing the big version is the way to go, I think, fellas. Yeah, whether they're going to do it, they're really crappy plants to start with, flower stalk, and you know, being in the shop for quite a while, you know, it's sort of, it's touch and go. Basically, it's a summer keeping the flower stalk alive, I think. Basically, it's not going to do much, I think. With the zinc, I've got a good new leaf coming out there, but oh no, fellas. I've noticed that the bubbles, you get any bubbles there, like over there, can you see those bubbles? And with the other pot too, you got white particles of zinc oxide around the bubbles, so yeah. Maybe you got to wait till that stops happening. That's when the plants kick off. I don't know. So yeah, it has a built-in negative to it. Until that negative diminishes, ameliorates, sort of thing. Not until then do you get the positives. I don't know. The iron. Oh yeah, really. I don't think. I'm not sure, fellas. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. You know. Unless they're going to go bang like, oh, that one I think it's going to die, but then there's this little seedling one in there, yeah, a little seedling one, and oh, there's one pot I've forgotten to order this morning. I'm going to have to do that anyway. I don't like the look. It's sort of, you know, maybe that's the problem though. All these people over the years have added more peat and COIR and stuff in there to get a nice consistent look to the soil, and in doing so they have less sand, and therefore the pot doesn't become anaerobic down the bottom. There's not enough sand in to make it anaerobic down the bottom, and then it doesn't go off, sort of thing, you know. It doesn't, and then if you just can't get the suite of organisms